Today we're going to talk about how to write your thesis statement and topic sentences for an argumentative essay. So when you're writing your thesis statement for your argumentative essay, you're doing two things. The first thing you're doing is you're presenting your argument or your opinion on an issue. So that's the first thing you're going to do is make it clear what your opinion or argument is and what the issue you're covering is. Then the other thing you're going to be doing is previewing your supporting reasons for your audience. And we'll look at some examples that do this. Usually this will be the last sentence of your introduction. So when you do this, you need to start by asking yourself a couple questions. First, you need to identify the issue. So what is the conflict? What is the topic being debated? You'll kind of do some research in order to pick your issue first, and then make sure that you can answer this question. The next question you need to ask yourself is, do you agree with the issue or do you disagree with it? That's going to be very important because you are picking a side of the argument. And we use modals, different wordage, language, whenever we're writing our argumentative thesis statement that clearly show that we're arguing that something should be done or something must be done or something ought to be done. So you should see one of these phrases in your thesis statement. This will help you ensure that you are choosing a side and declaring what should be done about an issue. So, like I said in the last slide, you are clearly identifying your opinion on the argument or the issue being addressed. If we look at this example here, we see that Kilgore College should, there's one of our argumentative modals, require students to do community service in order to graduate. Now, I'm picking to be for this. You could also flip it around and say Kilgore College should not require students to do community service in order to graduate. So you have to pick your side on the argument. And then you also need to include 3 supporting reasons. These will become the topics for your body paragraphs as to why Kilgore College should require students to do community service, or as to why people should or should not agree with your argument. So we see here those 3 supporting reasons because it shows the importance of community involvement, having a volunteer mindset, and giving back. And like I said, these will become my body paragraphs. My first body paragraph will be about community involvement. My second one will be about having a volunteer mindset. And my third one would be about giving back. This previews your essay for your reader and gives them a clear outline of what to expect. Now, notice I don't go into too much detail. I'm just previewing for them. And again, we're going to look at a couple more examples in this next slide. So here I have a question. And remember, a question is not a thesis statement. So it might help you to write a question and then answer it. And that will help you create your thesis statement. But let's look at this question here. Should basketball players be allowed to play in the NBA before they have finished college? I'm going to have 2 thesis statements here, one that agrees and one that disagrees. And again, I'm using those modals, these modals right here, in order to help craft my thesis statement. So right here I have the main claim with agreeing, basketball players ought to be allowed to play in the NBA before they finish college because, reason 1, it gives them the opportunity to make money. 2, college isn't for everyone. And 3, a degree isn't required for their career. So I have my claim and my 3 reasons. You might find that it will be helpful for you to color code as you're writing your thesis statement to visualize that your thesis statement meets the requirements. And then for this next one, I am doing disagree. And you'll see that I put my 3 reasons first and then put my claim. It's okay to structure it a little bit differently like this. It just shows you another way that you could write it. So here we have reason 1, because a degree will provide them future opportunities. Reason 2, injury could end their career. And reason 3, they don't need to grow up too fast. And then I have my claim, basketball players ought not to be allowed to play in the NBA before finishing college. So that gives you 2 examples, and I really think you'll find it beneficial to color code as you write your thesis statement, just to make sure that you meet all of those requirements. Once you have your thesis statement written with your 3 supporting reasons, then you can work on your topic sentences. And so here are some guidelines for your topic sentences. First thing first, they will be the first sentence of your body paragraph. That's important to know. Next, they will focus and expand on one of the supporting reasons from your thesis statement. It is going to inform the reader of the subject that will be discussed in the paragraph. It will intrigue the reader to continue reading, and it needs to not be too vague or rambling, too narrow, or too broad. You are introducing this idea that you're going to go into further detail about in the paragraph. Now, this part right here is very important to note. We're going to get into more detail about that in just a bit in this video, but this is extremely important. The topic sentence of your third body paragraph will do everything that is stated above, and it will also address the counter-argument. And we're going to talk about what the counter-argument is in just a few slides. So keep that in mind because that's going to be extremely important to meet the requirements of an argumentative essay. So now let's look at some examples. So I've taken my disagree thesis statement from the other slide and put it on here, and I'm expanding on it to create my 3 topic sentences. So my first reason is because a degree will provide them future opportunities. So right here you'll see that I've expanded on that. At some point, all NBA players will retire because of age. Therefore, completing college with a degree will allow them to pursue another career opportunity. So I've taken this and I've expanded on it a little bit more, and then that's going to be the foundation for the rest of this body paragraph number 1. My second topic sentence expands on the idea that injury could end their career. Many NBA players' careers are ended early because of injury, which will require them to have a backup plan. And again, I would go into more detail on that in the body paragraph. Now, my third one is unique because it does address the counter argument. And before we go into detail of discussing this third one, we're going to go to the next couple slides and then come back to it. So, like I said, the third one does address the counter argument. And a counter argument is an argument that your opponent would make. So this would be something that the other side, someone who's arguing against you, would say in order to try to prove you wrong. And then a rebuttal is when you respond directly to your opponent's argument and prove them wrong. So we need to be able to address the counter argument in our paper and then prove it wrong. And that's what we're going to be doing in the third body paragraph. So don't forget to anticipate, recognize, and counter the opposition where appropriate. And we're going to do this in that third body paragraph by revealing the counter argument and rebutting. So here you will see is my third topic sentence. It is here as well, but we're going to look at it this way. It is color-coded. The orange is the counter argument, and then the green is my rebuttal. So you'll see that your third topic sentence will actually probably become 2 sentences as you first put the counter argument and then you put your rebuttal. So here we have, some people believe that college basketball players should be allowed to enter the NBA before they graduate since they are adults who can make their own choice. Okay, so I'm addressing what the other side would say, what some people who oppose me believe. And then I am proving them wrong by saying, however, they should not enter the NBA until they graduate so they don't grow up too fast. So this sentence right here, the rebuttal, is what I'm going to be proving in my essay. I'm going to use research to help prove this to, in turn, prove the counter argument wrong. So we need to address the opposite side and then state our beliefs that show that the opposite side is wrong, and we back that up with evidence. And right here, you'll see different sentence starters that will help you with that third topic sentence with your counter argument and your rebuttal. All of these right here are good ways to start your counter argument to show what the other side believes, and then all of these here will help you rebut it to prove them wrong. So now it's your turn. You're going to write your thesis statement in 3 topic sentences for your essay. You will submit these in a discussion board on Blackboard so that you can get some feedback. And remember, wait until you've received feedback before you go to the next step of your essay writing. And just one last reminder, because I cannot stress it enough, really pay attention to the counter argument and the rebuttal for your 3rd topic sentence. But good luck writing, and I believe that this will help you get going.